Hey everybody, so today's tip is going over kicking. When you're swimming, a lot of people get the misconception that kicking is for forward propulsion, when in fact it's not. The reason why we kick is to keep our feet at the surface of the water, which helps keep us horizontal in the water. If we're kicking from our legs, then odds are we're looking straight up, we're looking forward, causing our feet to sink, and we tend to kick more with our quads and hamstrings to try to correct that body position. So when it comes to kicking, we drive with our hips and we keep our legs nice and relaxed. And the purpose for that is that as we drive our hip down, our feet or our foot is going to want to follow. And what's going to happen is from that downward thrust, the water resistance that's at the top of your foot is going to slightly bend the knee. So what we need to do as triathletes sometimes is to work on our ankle flexibility. With triathletes, they come from a running or cycling background, so they tend to have really stiff ankles, which makes it really hard for the top of the foot to catch that water resistance as your hips going through that downward motion. So what you might have to do as you do more kick sets is wear the fins, because that's going to increase that water surface area against the top of your foot, and it's going to help improve that ankle flexibility and work on proper foot position while you're kicking. So I don't care what anybody says when they say, is it okay to use fins? Absolutely. So what? You can't use them in your racing, but if you don't go out there and practice your proper foot position, you're never going to kick properly while you're trying to race. So use the tools, take time to spend just kicking, going back and forth. To put things into a little perspective, back when I was on the swim team, our swim coach, Dalen, would have us kick nonstop. And I don't mean 100 here, I mean like 200 to sometimes 400 times every single practice, because kicking is that important and it pays off now. Some triathlon coaches will say that, hey, you don't have to kick in triathlon because you want to save your legs. So you want your legs to just drag behind you. Well, when you drag your legs behind you and you're swimming, if you're not looking down to cause those feet to pop up to the surface, odds are you're looking forward. So now your feet are going down towards the bottom of the body of water you're in. So now you're a plow. You've totally screwed up that streamline position, which I'll get to in another video. So work on your kick, don't neglect it, and understand that it's not for forward propulsion. So if you seem like you're going across the pool slowly, then that's just how it goes, because it's not our main force of forward propulsion. So just some tips. Don't forget about the kick.